Hey friends! Welcome back to my channel. It is day 12 of Bookmas. So, I think I'm going to start doing seasonal TBRs, and my goal is to have 15 to 20 books on that seasonal TBR. I did one for summertime. I don't recall doing one for fall, but I will definitely link the summer one up here, and if there's a fall one, I'll link it up there as well. So my plan is to get super organized with my videos instead of just filming whatever I'm in the mood for. I'm going to have a plan on my reading and my videos, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I have 15 books on my winter TBR, which we are about to talk about because we are 10 days away from it being winter. 9 days? I don't know. We're really close. So for me, when I think of winter time, I think of cozy mysteries and family and love and just magic, because there's a certain magic in the air. In the winter, it's usually pretty cold, and it's when you get to cuddle up with a blanket. It can also be the most lonely time of the year. Like, I know it's when I miss my family the most, is around like Christmas and the holidays and the winter time. So I have a few different stacks of books for different reasons that resonate with winter time for me. So I want to get the two like hard hitting ones out of the way first. And this one has snow on the cover. Okay, so there are a couple that I picked because there's snow on the cover, or because the title has the word winter in it, you know, because I thought that's totally not a cop-out. Before I get into these though, I do want to say that I make these TBRs for fun, and if I don't read them all, it's not a huge deal, you know. It's just basically a way for me to recommend some cozy reads for you, or like books that I think are going to be cozy and reminiscent of the winter time. So, the first one is Thanks for the Memories by Cecilia Ahern. There's snow on the cover. So this is about this woman named Joyce who is already having problems in her marriage, but she suffers some kind of accident and she lives, but now she's seeing faces and streets and things that she's never seen and places she's never been before, but she can remember them clearly. And she has this sense of deja vu, like she's been through this before, or like she knows something is gonna happen. And the next one is a hard-hitting book that's also on my 30 before 30, so I'll link that over there as well. This one I'm really hoping to get to. This is Still Alice by Elisa Genova. This is about a woman who is suffering from early onset dementia, and I believe this was made into a movie, but I've never seen the movie. I would like to. So maybe I'll read the book and then watch the movie. I just think this one's gonna tear my heart out and feed it to the wolves, pretty much. Are kind of magical a little bit. We'll talk about it. So, the first one is Flawed by Cecilia Ahern, which is the second book by this author. This is like a YA dystopian. I believe it's the first in a series in which being flawed is a crime. And you can get punished for being flawed, but you also get punished if you're not flawed and you try to help a person that is flawed. I'm sure it's going to have very good commentary on the world around us, and that is why I want to read it. And then I also have another YA dystopian on this list. I feel like wintertime is like cold, so you kind of just want to curl up and get your blanket and get ready for a good time. Either have a book that's gonna break your heart, or a book that's just gonna warm your soul when you're cold. This one, I think, has potential to warm my cold soul. And this is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. This is a dystopian in which love has been deemed illegal, and you know, some kind of rebellion happens within this society. This one is called Politically Correct. My friend's daughter threw it in with my books one time, and I keep saying I'm gonna read it, and I haven't yet. But they're like politically correct fairy tales. There's like The Princess and the Pea, The Ant and the Grasshopper, Snow White, Jack and the Beanstalk, Goldilocks, Cinderella, Rapunzel, you know, all of our fairy tales, just politically correct. So I'm sure they're gonna maybe be a little bit more twisted than I know, or they're not gonna be the exact fairy tale that I know. Speaking of a twisted fairy tale, I also have Red Riding Hood. This is Good Girls Don't Talk to Werewolves. This is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. So this is only 2 books, and these are the ones I'm most scared of, which is kind of ironic because there's actually a horror book stack, or like scary to my bones, and yeah, maybe those will be scary, but these are the ones that scare me the most. And please don't laugh at me right now. Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. 3 holiday stories, 3 holiday romances, and each author writes a different portion of it. So it goes from Maureen Johnson to John Green to Lauren Miracle. And yeah, I don't read I don't read horror books. Yeah, I do. I don't read holiday books very often, other than when I was a kid and I had to read Christmas Carol for school. The only other holiday book that I've read is in a holidays, and that was earlier this year, last year. I think it was this year. I'm gonna test if I like Christmas books at all, or if my holiday media consumption is movies and movies, which is completely fair and valid if that's how it is, I kind of feel like it might be. I love watching like the 30 days of Christmas or the 25 days of Christmas. I don't even know. But like Lifetime and ABC Family have this countdown to Christmas, and me and my hubby usually watch movies. So that's one of our traditions. I don't know if I like it in book format. So, of course, I'm going to put another holiday book on this list. This is My True Love Gave to Me, 12 Holiday Stories, edited by Stephanie Perkins. 12 different authors. You know, short story collection about the holidays. This is like cozy little mysteries. These are kind of just like the slower burn. Not as high of stakes, but I'm pretty sure someone dies in all of them. So don't take that super seriously. I want to compare this section to like One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, or this book by Diane Irving. They give me the kind of vibes that I'm going for here, so that you can kind of know if you've read either of those, or even The Cousins by anything by Karen M. McManus. Kind of get those kind of vibes going right now. So the first one is Don't You Cry by Mary Kubeka. She is an author that I really, really want to read. I own 3 of her books, but I still haven't read any of them. So, like, you need to force me in the comments below. Be like, read that book, read it, read it, read it. Don't You Cry by Mary Kubeka. In downtown Chicago, Esther disappears from her apartment without a trace. A haunting letter addressed to my dearest is found among her possessions, leaving her roommate Quinn to question how well she really knew her friend. Meanwhile, in a small town an hour outside of Chicago, a mysterious woman appears in the quiet coffee shop where 18-year-old Alex works as a dishwasher. He's immediately drawn to her, but when what starts as an innocent crush quickly spirals into something more sinister. Then I did this one because it literally says winter. So it's The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. Some secrets never die. West Hall, Vermont has been a town of strange disappearances and old legends. The most mysterious is that of Sarah, who in 1908 was found dead in the field behind her house just months after the tragic death of her daughter. Now, in present day, 19-year-old Ruthie lives in Sarah's house with her mom, Alice, and her younger sister, Fawn. Alice has always insisted that they live off the grid, a decision that was weighty consequences when Ruthie wakes up one morning to find that Alice has vanished. And when she is looking for her mom, instead, she finds Sarah's journal. Then there's The Survivors by Jane Harper, which I thought about maybe not putting this on here, but I kind of want to. I mean, look at those dark and ominous clouds. And, like I said, wintertime can be the most isolating. I mean, I love the winter. I love the cold. I especially love Christmas. But it can also be very depressing, and it can be very isolating. And for that part of wintertime, I have this on my TBR. But this follows Kieran. I think that's his name. He does something and he's very guilt-ridden, and then he moves to this small seaside town where a body washes up and secrets are unleashed. It's dark and atmospheric, and can be very isolating being on that island with not very many people. Okay, and then these two, I feel like kind of give me the same vibes, definitely, as One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, but I said that all of these did. These two especially, though. So there's They All Fall Down by Roxanne St. Clair and The Mockingbirds by Daisy Whitney. So in The Mockingbirds, it says, "Hush, little students, don't say a word." The Mockingbirds by Daisy Whitney follows this boarding school in which there is a secret society called the Mockingbirds, who are kind of like judge and jury of behavioral problems in the school. It's made up of some of your peers, and Alex never thought that she would need to seek the Mockingbird's help, but when she is raped at a party, she decides it's time for repercussions, and she seeks out help from this secret society. They All Fall Down by Roxanne St. Clair. Every girl would die to be on the list. If you're on it, your life changes. If you're on it this year, your life ends. Okay, and then our final three are all from the same list. So these are scary books. Creepy, ominous, terrifying. I haven't read them, so I don't know if they're really terrifying, but I'm guessing. The next one is The New Neighbors by Simon Lulick. This is the perfect couple, the perfect house, the perfect crime. Jack and Sydney just moved to this neighborhood in London where Jack thinks the house is kind of creepy. He finds something ominous in the attic, and Sydney thinks that there's something weird about the girl next door, and the couple never talks about what he found in the attic and why she's worried about the girl next door. A mistake, because someone has just been killed outside their back door, and now the police are watching them. This is either their chance to prove their innocence or to get away with murder. And then the last book on this seasonal recommendation is a big boy. Not really, only 400. But she's very floppy, so she looks kind of bigger. Ooh. This is The Sorority by Tamara Thorne. This is a murder mystery thriller, which is murders have taken place on this college campus, and these sorority sisters are investigating, and maybe the sorority sisters are more scary than what is actually going on the college campus. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for my seasonal TBR. I am thinking of doing this for every single season, and towards the end of the season, I can go back and watch this video and tell you how I did. If you would like to see that, give this video a big thumbs up, because I would love to do that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and talking bookish with me. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will catch you in the next one.